So basically, I just had many doubts from like family members and just also just kind of my own logic. Like, I've figured out that basically, like, I just have a really like technical like logic. I don't know how to describe it, but basically I have a really logical mind, and it's like, well, if this happens, then technically that could have, I don't know. Basically, I had a lot of doubts about the Book of Mormon being real and Joseph Smith, having actually been called upon by God to do the work that he did for God. And then I was reading through the Book of Mormon my senior year, just because I loved going to church. I loved God. I believed it, kind of, for the most part, but like at the same time, I still wasn't sure. There was always just that day where you're like, I have no clue, like, if this is real, or like, heck no, this is not real, or, I just had my doubts. But so I was just reading through it pretty slowly, and finally I finished it on the day that I got my patriarchal blessing, the morning of, and it was actually like right before I left to go get my patriarchal blessing. I just was reading the last chapter, finished it, closed it, knelt by a chair in my room, and then I prayed, and I just told God what I was thinking. But I just prayed and asked him, if this is true, will you just please let me know? And I don't remember the exact words, and it wasn't audible, it was just in my head. I've discovered since this day that this is kind of how the Spirit speaks to me, and I know that's how the Spirit speaks to me, because many instances on my mission confirmed that. But he just said something to the effect of, and I've heard other people say the same thing, so it's kind of cliche, but it was true. He said, basically, like, don't worry about it, it's true. And I just felt like peace. And I was like, okay. And then I went and got my patriarchal blessing, and that was, I don't know. Since then, my patriarchal blessing has been a blessing as well.
I wanted to serve a mission since I was in Young Women's, and this was before the age change happened, so I was determined to, I guess you could say, stay single until I was 21, and I just looked forward to it. I just studied preaching my gospel. I just wanted to serve so badly, and I hit 19 and all my friends were leaving, and I was just like, oh, I just want to serve a mission. Like, why can't I go right now? And I kept going to school, and one of my friends wrote me a letter, and he's like, you need to fast and pray about serving a mission. Just because you want it so badly, it might not be right. I was like, ugh, okay, fine. Like, I know I should really fast about it and pray about it, and so I did. And I just still was like, I'm still going, and I'm going to serve. And I got to go to General Conference in October of 2012. And President Monson made the age change, and in that moment I was like, yes, I get to go, and I was so excited. And then Satan attacks all the time when he knows that you're going to do something right. So within a week after conference, I was like, no, maybe I'm not supposed to go, maybe I'm not, but I still prayed about it to know if I should. And then at the end of that week, Heavenly Father was very much so like, you can serve. And I was so excited because Heavenly Father knew it's something that I wanted to do for so long. And it's also that something He wanted, and it was all perfect. And so then I got to serve a mission. It was the best thing ever. After I felt the Spirit really strongly to know I should go on a mission, I just started to doubt myself and doubt that I really had felt the Spirit and knew that it was what Heavenly Father wanted. And that's one way Satan really just gets to me, is just doubting what I already know is right, and making me feel just kind of like down and sad. And that's not what we're supposed to feel like when we know something's good. And that as you pray and really just take it to Heavenly Father, then you're able to overcome those things. And diving into the scriptures definitely helps, because when I read the scriptures, I'm able to feel Jesus Christ's love for me and feel that Spirit come back. And so I would definitely say Satan's power is lessened when we read the scriptures and pray, and those doubts can definitely disappear.
I decided to go on a mission long before the announcement happens, and it was I think it was in April of that same year. And so when the announcement was made, I was almost 21. My birthday's in May. And I was like, dang it, everyone's going to steal my thunder. But it was awesome. And it was so cool to be able to get to serve with people who were younger. But I also got to go out earlier. I left in February. And preparing for my mission was kind of a hard thing, because I've always been kind of an insecure person, and I never really knew if I could really be a missionary. And when I decided to go on a mission, Satan kind of decided to attack me and my insecurities. And I listened to the song "I Will" by Hillary Weeks like every day, because it gave me a lot of strength. But I was in the temple one day, and I already had my mission call. And I prayed, and I asked Heavenly Father if I should really go on a mission, if that's really what He wanted me to do, or if I could even do it. And I was sitting in the chapel of the baptistry, and I just had this huge, overwhelming feeling that Heavenly Father would take care of me, and He did. He promised me that He would take care of me, and so I knew that I should go, even though I didn't really know what I would be able to do. And it was amazing. I'm really glad that I decided to go, even though I had a lot of doubts.